everybody. Let me turn the music down. I am going to assume that you can hear me. Let me know in chat if you wouldn't mind. I've recorded a couple of my individual deck videos, and I got through the whole video and I did a spot check to see how the sound worked. And I did the whole darn recording with the microphone off. So if you could just let me know, I greatly appreciate it. I'll keep going just in case the microphone is working. I know that this was kind of a short notice. Excellent. Thank you, Teresa. I really appreciate it. I know that there wasn't a whole lot of notice for this live stream. I just got this subscription box today. And I'm expecting next week to do kind of a pop-up live stream as well when I get that deluxe Yule collection box, that one-time purchase box. I think that'll be a fun one to open up and share that with everybody. There were only 88 of those made internationally. Actually, she sends to US, Canada, and internationally. So I'm going to share. Now, when I look at this on StreamYard, it looks like what I'm seeing is just a black screen. So I'm not able to see that this is successfully sharing the tab for this Dark Night of Yule box. I subscribe to the Witch's Moon, and I actually just put together a list of some of the larger items that have been in the boxes through the years. I did an unboxing video, I believe, I can't remember if it was October or November, and people were really interested to know what the kind of large item is in each of the boxes. So I'll do a live stream sharing some of those. The theme for this box for December 22 is Dark Night of Yule. And the little description here is, hey Joyce, it's good to see you. Welcome. We finally arrived to the precipice of darkness within the wheel of the year, the great winter solstice, Yule. We honor the silent and reflective time that has been provided to us during these past several months, guiding us through inner journeys that have been both intense and intuitive. Throughout this traditional and exclusive collection, we celebrate life, death, and the return of the sun god, bringing with him signs of new hope, new prospects, and new growth. Join us as we settle into the longest night of the year, reflecting on the promises fulfilled and the bounties that may reside in the twinkling future. So now let me go back to my don't know why. For some reason, my name didn't work on this. Actually, it's not even showing my name. I wonder why. Oh, well. Y'all know who I am. So this is, oh, by the way, I have a black cat curled up behind me to supervise, I guess. This is the box. I blacked out my address, obviously, but it's always like Christmas every year when this box arrives. All right, so I do, by the way, I have my little card cam sitting here ready, so if I need to show something that's smaller in greater detail on this little camera, I can do that. So this outer box with the shipping label always includes the inner box, and that one can be kind of a challenge to get out of there. So here is what the outer box looks like. And I love these boxes. I use these for organizing a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, I should use them to organize cards. All right. So what we're looking at here, this is how it usually comes. On the top is there's a little bundle with, I'll pull out the letter and read the description of the items. And there's a card. It's usually a sample it's always a sample from either a tarot deck or an oracle deck, kind of like an intuitive message. Just that goes along with this specific deck or this specific box. There are a couple of small items that I save in my little binders. There's usually an item of larger artwork, and I have 8.5 by 11 binders, and I save all of these in sleeve protectors to protect the individual documents. I don't want to get too far into it because, like I said, it's just kind of like Christmas. So, actually, I'm kind of warm with my sweater. All right. So, let's see first what this... I'll switch to my other camera so you can see. Stream. Actually, I'll make this full, the biggest thing. All right. So I am not familiar with this deck. I have not seen the back of this before, but included in this letter, they will have a description of what the deck is that they are providing the oracle card or the message. So mine happens to be a blessing to lift sadness. I like that message, even though I have no idea what the deck is. It is that time of year that everybody is getting the seasonal affective. I was about to say sun deficit, but that didn't sound right. The seasonal affective disorder. I'm in northern Wisconsin, so the days are really short here. I can't imagine how people even further north than me deal with the winter months. Okay. So as I am going to read this, I'll just do the little introduction, and then I will start switch to the other camera and start pulling items out and showing them to you. The top description here on this letter is the exact same description that I already read on the website when I shared the tab showing the December 2022 logo and the Night of Yule. So, item number 1 here. No snow yet. Really, Teresa? I think you might actually be further north than me. I don't remember where I'm not far from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So it's in the northwestern part of the state of Wisconsin. And you might actually be a little bit further north than I am. All right. So the first item, I'm so excited. All right, the first one is the Witch's Moon handmade celebratory Yule goat. The Yule goat is most commonly recognized as a Yule symbol and amulet within the Scandinavian and Northern European traditions. You may have caught a glimpse of this familiar symbol placed on the altars, fireplaces, and trees of practicing pagans and witches. The story is told that the Norse god Thor would ride his chariot through the clouded skies drawn by 2 goats, or Tangrisnir. In Sweden, people regard the Yule goat as a spirit that would appear before the winter solstice to ensure celebratory preparations were completed correctly. Also called the Yule Bok, the Yule goat has often been depicted as the messenger of presents and gifts during the winter months. This very special Yule goat has been handmade as the messenger of presents and gifts during the winter months. Oh, wait. This very special Yule goat has been handmade specifically, there we go, for the subscribers of the Witch's Moon for this very season. Delicately made with straw, twine, and ribbon, this festive Yule goat can be placed on your altar or near the hearth to bring a sense of joyful energy to your sacred space at this time. It's a message back. There's no reason you have to sit there and look at the letter while I'm reading it. These items always come protected in this shredded paper stuff. So sometimes it's a fun task to try and pull it out and get all the little random paper stuff. But this is what the Yule goat looks like. It's kind of cool because it's like, it's not really even twigs. It feels like hollow, like bristles on a broom. What did it say that it's made of? Delicately made with straw, twine, and ribbon. Okay, so it is straw. And it's pretty dark, so I'm wondering if they painted it or dyed it somehow. The horns are just braided straw. So it's kind of cool. Where am I going to set you? All right, so we'll set you over there. Now we have the Yule goat artwork. And this is not 8.5 by 11, but I also have, for these full-size pieces of paper, I have 8.5 by 11 page inserts. But for these smaller ones, I got some that are that have pockets, so almost like photo in a 3-ring binder. So I'll spend some time looking at the Yule goat artwork soon at the end of the live stream. Or, if you're interested, I can certainly read the information on the Yule goat artwork here too. We have a Yule prayer on another one of these smaller pieces of paper. All right. We also have a Winter Green Man plaque. So that's got to be this. Bound up with twine and in a little brown paper bag. I like the Green Man. I have a few different versions of him hanging on my walls out in the living room, well, above the hallway there. I have different versions for different seasons. Oh. And this winter one is exactly like one of the ones that I have hanging on my wall out there. That's funny. Oh, hey, J-Cat lady. Good to see you. That's funny. I mean, I'm still going to hang it up, even though I already have the set of 4 seasons out there. But these plaques are really cool. I have found them on, not on Etsy, maybe on Amazon. I don't remember. But the winter one has holly and berry and pine cones and such. Yeah, I like him too, Joyce. He looks wintry. The summer one, the spring one has like little light lavenderish bluish flowers. The summer, I believe, has sunflowers, and the fall has brown tones of oak leaves. And I think they're all oak leaves. There might be some maple in there too, but I'm not quite sure. The information in the letter about the Green Man, and I'll go ahead and read them. Yeah, I'll actually here. I tell you what, I will put his face on this other camera as I read the information on the letter here, the description. The Green Man has been represented in ancient rituals and mythology dating back thousands of years, spanning a variety of cultures, and still maintains the recognizable leafy green face to this day. Among the many meanings and information that has been published about the lore of the Green Man, there's one recurring truth. The Green Man represents our intimate connection with the seasonal cycle of each year, resonating with the deep wisdom of continual death and rebirth. It is within these teachings that we find new hope and guidance, knowing that our lives are not meant to be lived stagnantly, but brimming with new energies and renewed inspiration. The Green Man becomes alive with the coming of spring, watching over the growing nature and sprouting leaves, guarding over the forests until the winter captures him once again. Even through the cold winter months, the spirit of the Green Man is strongly felt, full of life and beautiful meaning. The representation of both man and nature, seamlessly combined, resonates so intimately with our practices and rituals. Both of these qualities rely on one another for survival and growth. It is so important to remember our responsibility and devotion to this sacred bond as we work with natural energies to enhance all aspects of our lives. As we work with the element of earth throughout each season, we focus on the spiritual cycle of letting go and gaining during the waning and waxing of each year. These practices are even represented down to each day, as the sun rises in the morning, eventually falling in the evening. Presenting himself during the time of year where we celebrate our victories with friends and family, we show our grateful spirit for the blessings that have been showered upon us during these winter months. The green man brings us closer to nature, where we are called to be. His energies remind us of our connection and responsibility to life that is found within the soils and sprouts of each natural being. As you hang this plaque in your sacred space, take the time to connect with the very special energy that surrounds this time of year, finding hope in the new beginnings we have the opportunity to embrace as the sun captures the sky once again. This wonderful winter green man plaque has been made of cold cast resin and hand painted by skilled artisans. I will make a point to look up where I purchased my set of 4 of these round green man plaques, and I'll put that in the link or in the description of the video, probably tomorrow. All right, next we have the Witch of Winter artwork. Kalich or Kayich. Let's see. She's called the Divine Hag. She's an ancient Celtic entity often likened to the Divine Hag, a wizened old woman endowed with supernatural abilities who exists outside conventional boundaries. So I'll spend some time with that description later as well. I already showed you the Yule Prayer Book of Shadows artwork. As always, it comes with a candle, and for those of you who may not have seen the previous unboxing, these candles are really nice. They are They are beeswax candles, and they're hand rolled. Let's see if I can. They last a long time. I really like these candles. This one has been anointed with clove, cinnamon, and lavender oils. So it should smell lovely as I burn it. And in each of the boxes, there is always an anointing oil or like a blend of essential oils. This one happens to be called Yule, which is appropriate. And it smells like Yule. Anise, clove, pine, and sandalwood oils, and have included the herbs of mistletoe as well. Inside your oil, you will find a small sodalite crystal chip. I have a few of these little oils sitting around right here. I like to play with them. We have a Wintertide Splendor. Pretty much every box, there's some form of a ritual bath salt, whether you actually use it in the bathtub or if you, several years ago, I learned a way to, a method to protect your living space and your living quarters. You make some salt water, and I happen to use Himalayan salt when I made my salt water, and you pour it over each of the thresholds of your doorways, whether it's to the garage or the front yard or the backyard. So you could easily do that with some of these specific types of ritual salts as well. Sometimes people, if they don't have a full bathtub, they'll make just like a small mug or something of salt water. And when they're in the shower, they'll just pour it over themselves and visualize that the possibly negative energy or all that gunk that gets attached to us every day is just being washed away and going down the drain. So there are a few different uses for that. Whoa. There is also almost always a little bag of incense. And this one happens to be called Yule Smoke. Ooh, it almost smells like vanilla and pine in the same incense. Joyce, yes, this is the same company that I did the last box with. They I started subscribing to this box. I was kind of surprised when I went back and looked. It was February of 2019. So it's been almost 3 years. Actually, 2021, it has been 3 years. And I've only missed one box in there, or in that whole time. So I want to make sure I let people know, if you are interested in subscribing to this box, like right now, it's December 6th today. So if you were to go to their website and subscribe to the monthly box, you would not receive the January box, but it would start on February, because they order like 2 months in advance or a month and a half in advance. So 3 weeks away would be too short for them to supply all the new subscribers that sign up. So there will be a lag time between the time you subscribe and when you actually start receiving the boxes. But they generally ship about the first through the 3rd of the month, and I usually have it about the 7th. Today I got it on the 6th. No, I was just checking to see if there was anything else in the package here in the box, and there are 3 different little envelopes with herbs. One of them is juniper berry, sourced from a small evergreen trees related to cedar, cypress, and other conifers. Golden bough is also known as European mistletoe. It's a shrub found growing among the branches of poplar, elm, apple, hawthorn, and most importantly, the oak tree. And the final one is elderberry. Elderberries are found on the elder tree, specifically the black elder, formerly known as a flower shrub in the honeysuckle family. When we were doing yard work this past summer, I told Pete that I wanted to have a couple of elderberry bushes out there. So I do have 2 different types of elderberry. We'll see. One of them had a few berries this past fall, but I look forward to what it's going to do in the future. Hopefully I'll be able to make some elderberry syrup and so on. So that is everything that's in the box. Just to show you, though, I went through my 3-ring binder where I keep all of these letters, the descriptions that I showed you, and I just started writing down in January of 2019 all the way through to the second page here, what the kind of big item was. Like for this box for December 2022, I would put on the list the Yule goat. I kind of like him. He's not something that I would have automatically associated myself with the Yule box, but he's kind of cool. So going back to the list, I would list the Yule goat and the Green Man, the Winter Green Man plaque. But I think I have most of these items on this list here. There may be still a couple of items in storage for when I moved here to Pete's house, but I'm not going to be able to get through all of them in one live stream anyway. So one of these weeks I will, I'll do that deluxe Yule collection box. I have some more decks to show off. I'd like to do probably at least 2 or 3 of these live streams with these box contents. And just to give you whoa, I have to be careful standing up. Oh, really? One thing that I received from the box is this. It is a shell that has been turned into a wand with a crystal point on it. So there are really unusual items in each of these boxes. Some of them I never would have even thought to create. But as I go through my list here and the letters, I'll make sure that I explain what these are in greater detail. But this one happened to be handy. I saw this sitting on the shelf up there. So that kind of brings me to the end of what I was planning to show tonight with the unboxing. Thank you very much for attending. Definitely, if you have, I know there's a lag time between YouTube and I'm in StreamYard. So if I missed a comment or a question, please do drop it in the comments below the video, because I do get notification on my phone if somebody comments on a video, and I try to make sure that I answer that. Oh, hey, Johnny's here. How you doing, bud? Did you have a good trip? Just for Johnny, I'm going to go ahead and show this is on an upcoming live stream, Johnny, but I just grabbed this to show the lighting is bad and I need to mess with how it looks, but it is a shell with a quartz point on the end. So I have like a page and a half of handwritten items that were the larger items in. Oh yeah, Johnny did miss the Yule goat. Check it out, Johnny. He is made of straw and ribbon and twine. And the other big item in this box was a Winter Green Man plaque. So weird that the camera is the exact opposite. If I'm turning it, I'm tipping it to the right, but on the screen it tips to the left. So I need to work myself. Teresa, I don't want a creepy baby goat head. That does sound like it would be right up his alley, though, doesn't it? Anyway, Johnny, you'll have to go back and check out the treasures in this box. Like I said, I'll go back probably next week. She's going to ship that Yule collection box on the 9th, which I think is Friday. So it'll probably be Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Thursday of next week, that it'll be kind of a pop-up live stream like this whenever what the day is that I receive the box. And that one will be a lot of fun as well. So thank you everybody for watching. And Johnny, I'm glad you were able to join. You've been here lurking. Sounds about right. That's okay. I do the same thing. I was lurking in Tony's live stream with Celtic Sheila right before I went live. So, all right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you next time. And I know that I'll be seeing you guys in chat on other live streams. Have a good night.